What's going on, everybody? Appreciate you staying up late with us. 11:36 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tim Hortons?
Tim Hortons, baby.
We go to the NHL draft together. This guy gets me hooked on Tim Hortons. You know him. Erik Erlendsson, LightningInsider.com. Joining us post-game. We're always going to do some post-game stuff here on the show. Fabio, you are never sleeping, brother. When do you sleep? Out in Italy watching the Lightning beat the Penguins tonight 3-2. And double E's. Let's start right with the guy that returned, Cedric Paquette. I think his impact was felt right away, laying the body eventually. I don't know if he got credit for the goal or McDonough did. It was like back and forth. But his impact was certainly felt in this game tonight.
Yeah, you know, and that's the true fourth line that we talked about going into this season because of how well those three guys played together in the preseason. Obviously, Paquette got hurt in the final preseason game. Missed the first 8 games of the season. But you saw the impact he had. You know, we heard John Cooper talk about it in the post-game that he's an important part of this team that we don't think about too much.
You don't talk about him.
He's not a 20-goal scorer. He's not going to put up 40 points. You know, he's not even going to get a ton of penalty minutes. He does take some funny penalties from time to time. But he's a big guy on the penalty kill. We talked about the struggles the penalty kill has had this year. But you saw the impact on the tying goal because his heavy forecheck created the turnover. Erik Erlendsson hurried the puck, lets it go sooner than he probably wanted to, and it ends 100%. Up right to Luke Witkowski, who feeds McDonough in the slot, and then Paquette comes back around the front of the net, and what do they call this, Cookie Monster?
Yeah, right.
Kind of steal one a little bit from McDonough. It's 2 games in a row for McDonough.
Poor Max Shrub.
But I mean, that's the impact that a steady Paquette can have. He can win faceoffs, he can kill penalties. He was out there in the final minute trying to protect that lead as well because he will block shots. It's one of those role players that we don't talk a lot about because of the star power on this team, but he is an important part of this team, and he's been here for a long time for a reason.
I always think one of the most revealing things about hockey more than any sport is who you have out there at the end of games. Ryan Callahan was a guy, wherever he was, on the Rangers or the Lightning. He didn't have to be the best offensive guy, but he was always out there at the end. Andre Palat has a lot of those qualities. But Cedric Paquette, for him to be out there, it just shows the amount of trust that this coaching staff has in him. And it's easy to have trust in your first line guys. I mean, obviously, they're the guys that are making the big bucks to scoring 40 goals a year. But I always think that the better teams have certain guys on different lines that they can put out there, almost as like a jumbo line or a special line. And he's on that. He's on that short list of guys that the coaching staff can trust. And I think that speaks a lot to him and the team's belief in him.
Well, and for sure, if you look at the way that Julian Breezeball helped construct this year's team, we talked a lot last year about the speed, the skill elements, and they turned it into that team. And Cedric Paquette was a big part of it, but it was a different style of game. He didn't have a Pat Lerner or Luke Witkowski on his wings that played a similar style to him. So the fact that they kind of constructed things a little differently this year gives that true fourth line element. And Cedric Paquette is the epitome of that type of a center because he does have the trust of the coaching staff to be out in last minute situations because of his willingness, his competitiveness. He'll do anything to block a shot, similar to what Ryan Callahan did for a number of years. So yeah, you're right. It's absolutely a trust of the coaching staff.
Recher, Erik Erlendsson here with you, Erik_Erlendsson, Recher on Twitter. Victor Hedman, I said early in the game, I was like, he's a little quiet tonight, but I thought he's so strong as the game went on. His big goal, I mean, what a laser beam that was. And when he's playing like that, he's one of the best defensemen in the world easily. But his presence was felt.
And I don't know if I talked about it with you guys or Ian or somewhere along the line about the power play. It's been kind of this season, right? And I think one of the big reasons it's been kind of is because they look too much on that top power play unit to try and feed Stamkos on one side or Kucherov on the other. Victor Hedman has to be a threat to shoot.
Yeah.
He didn't hesitate when Stamkos fed him tonight. He stepped into that shot, and it was a rolling puck. Now Steven Stamkos swears it was a flat pass.
So funny
when he sent it over to him, but it was definitely rolling by the time I got to Victor Hedman, and that's a difficult shot. And it's funny because Victor didn't even know.
No.
He didn't even realize it was a rolling puck, but he put everything he had into that shot, and he gets rewarded for it. But for that power play to be as deadly as it was last year, he has to be a threat to shoot more consistently from that point instead of trying to always look for the circle shots from either Kucherov or Stamkos. He has to be a guy, he has to be a trigger guy from now time to time. He did it tonight, got rewarded, picked up 2 big points in this team.
A lot of times the penalty kill, they'll play like a diamond for the penalty kill. I think a lot of teams against the Lightning because they're so wide on the wings there, they'll play it more of a square than a diamond. And they don't do that traditional, plant a guy in front of the net. We'll have a guy kind of on the side of the net, like we saw with Palat, we see with Broom, we see with a bunch of different guys, and then you have Braden Point there in the slot ready. When you have that wide square like that, I mean, you have to take advantage of that, because you don't have that one-man high on that point guy. So if you have that square, like the teams are playing him, he's got to take that shot to be able to close that square up a little bit, and then you can start feeding the outside. I'm with you, 110%. I think that's a huge part of the game and a huge part of the power play for them to improve, is having him shoot the puck more. Still some kind of mishaps. We saw it on the power play where they gave away a big chance there. Some kind of defensive lapses, but Andrei Vasilevsky kind of bailed him out again, doubly.
And what are we talking about a little bit on the show today? That Vasilevsky hasn't had one of those games type yet where we went, wow, what a save, wow, what a stop. Certainly had one at the very end of the game. Still not sure if that puck went in. They did say it was conclusive that didn't go in, but it was pretty hard to tell on replay. But he made a couple of stops in this game. The Penguins had a little spurt after Paquette goal tied the game. They had some zone time. They cut the zone exits from Tampa Bay at the walls, and really pitched well along there.
Right at the blue line, too.
And they created some really good chances, especially when Sidney Crosby was on the ice. And Vasilevsky came up with some key saves. Those were the signature saves that we're used to seeing from him. He put it together tonight. They needed him as much as Pittsburgh needed Tristan Jarry to play the way
I thought he played really well, too.
I think he might have been the best player
I think
on the ice tonight between both of them. But Vasilevsky was unbelievable tonight, especially late in the game. That's what you want to see when the game's on the line. Is he making the tough saves? And he did tonight. That's a good sign as this entire team kind of goes through this early season process.
Saturday night against the Nashville Predators, a darn good team. You know where you're getting in them. A little bit different now with PK Subban not being on the team, with him being in Jersey now. But do you think Vasi's in that again Saturday night? Do you think they go Curtis McElhinney?
That's an interesting one. I talked about that on my show, like lunch the other day. When does McElhinney get his next start? If you look at the pattern, I don't think in the early part of last season, at least before he got injured, I don't think Vasilevsky started more than 3 in a row. That was his third in a row. My guess is they go with McElhinney on Saturday. However, we got back-to-back games coming up next week.
That's why I think they don't go with McElhinney.
Because you've got the Rangers on Tuesday, and you've got the Devils on Wednesday. So my guess is that Vasilevsky goes back in that, and then they split the games, because you also have back-to-backs in Sweden. And I would have to think that they're going to break up those games as well. So I don't think we'll see McElhinney on Saturday. A couple of days off here in between as well, so it's not a day off and then the practice, you get 2 days off. So I think it's a situation where I think we'll see Vasilevsky.
Looking ahead to that, when you play the Rangers and the Devils Tuesday and Wednesday night, 2 teams that aren't playing very good right now. New Jersey maybe a little bit better. The Rangers struggling, I think 4 or 5 in a row, losing for them. What has Cooper's kind of status? What's his modus operandi for your starter and your backup? When you can tell the difference between the 2 teams, I think we know go get that sure point against the weaker team. That's what he's done in the past. But now when you have 2 teams that are kind of lower barrel, I mean, how do you distinguish between the 2?
Well, I think the coaches 101 will tell you the starter gets the front half and the backup gets the back half because of tired legs or whatever else you want to kind of say about it in terms of that second game. So I don't know that there's a set pattern, but I think the coaches play with it will tell you that in this case, the starter gets the first game, the backup gets the second.
Any other thing really jump out to you from this past game here against the Pittsburgh Penguins?
Just the way they're creating chances. Yeah. You think back to the Carolina game, the third game of the year, where they hit 13 shots on goal. I think they had 29 shot attempts for the entire game. You look at a game like tonight, they had 48 shots. I think they finished tonight. They had 39 or 40 against Colorado on Saturday. They're getting to a situation now where they're getting zone time that they weren't getting earlier in the year. You kind of see that building a little bit here with the team, with the players as they kind of work their way through some of the struggles. That's the biggest thing that I take out of the last 2 games in particular. I know they got blown out on the scoreboard on Saturday, but you saw some of those elements that you want to see from this team. It really showed up tonight on a more consistent basis. I don't know what the shot attempts were, but they had to have been around 80 shot attempts for Tampa Bay tonight. And that's what I like to see. I like to see that build up game to game, and hopefully by the time you get to Saturday against a difficult opponent. And again, you want to break things down into 5-game segments. These first 5 games, that's good. Against 4 of those teams who probably not playoff teams, or the Panthers think they can be a playoff team, but they weren't last year. Now, these next 5 game segments have been against Montreal, Boston, Colorado, tonight is Pittsburgh, Saturday is Nashville. 5 quality opponents. We've seen them raise their game, and now you just want to kind of see them continue to build that and maybe make it more consistent.
One thing that I think in the last couple of years that people were just clamoring for, and Phil Esposito being one of them, shoot the puck more. And that's what we've seen the last 2 days, last 2 games, was getting the puck on net. It doesn't always have to be that grade A chance. Let the goalie freeze the puck, force a face-off in the defensive zone, or something where, all right, he plays the puck or it goes wide, then you have something what happened with Cedric Paquette tonight. And I love that it was dirty goals. It wasn't pretty. And I think when the Lightning are scoring dirty goals, Eric, they're just the hardest team to beat because they're going to get the pretty ones. But you can't look for the pretty ones. They just kind of have to come within the flow of the game. I love that they scored dirty goals, and to me, that's the kind of thing that you learn and you build on. You talk about building blocks going forward. People are going to stay the entire year. Well, we'll wait till the playoffs. I get that. But I didn't see too much. Last year was so skilled, talented. Every break seemed to go their way. Little things like this, and even though it's in the beginning of the season, the first eighth of the season, I think these are the little things that say, hey, if we run into trouble in games 78 through 82 or 83 and beyond, you play like you do tonight. Just get the puck on net. I think it'll behoove them to be a team that's going to get more shots on net and hopefully more goals.
And that's the mind shift, the mindset shift that the coaches want the players to go through. If the play's not there, don't force it. If the play's not there at the blue line, dump it in. If the play's not there at your own blue line, get it out. Play simple, smart hockey. Look, when it's time to go, you've got the skill, you can do it when the opportunities present themselves, but don't force it. It's okay to play a dump and chase game every now and then, as long as we know they have the speed to get on the forecheck. We saw the physicality get on the forecheck on the Paquette goal tonight. Those are the things that the coaching staff is trying to instill in this entire team. It's not 1 or 2 different players, it's the entire team. We've seen even one point Kucherov and Stamkos were together. We see them get the puck in deep, try and get on the forecheck, recover, and create scoring chances that way. They don't all have to be pretty. They don't all have to come off the rush, because you're not going to get that in games. You're not going to get enough of those in games without putting yourself in trouble. It's okay to make the other team go 200 feet even if you can't retrieve the puck on a dump in.
Yeah, and a lot of the fast guys on this team are guys that like to use the body. So, I mean, even guys like Matthew Joseph and Yanni Gourde, yeah, they're quick guys, but they don't ever shy away from contact. Who else doesn't shy away from contact? This guy, Erik Erlendsson, or I do. It's been a long freaking day. We've been here since 10 a.m., so we're going to finally wrap this thing up. Erik_Erlendsson, lightninginsider.com. Sign up today. The best Lightning coverage here in the Bay Area. Follow me at JRecher and follow the station at 95.3 WDAE. We are going home. We're going to sleep. We'll see you Saturday here from Amalie Arena. Go Bolts.